What's up? We're watching Dr. Plant simulating Africa for 100 days. We're gonna see what happens, who falls, who fails, and who dies.
Here is Africa's desert.
I've got to remember.
100 days ago, it was a graveyard. But with time, it transformed into one of the most resilient yet ruthless ecosystems on our planet. But where there is life, there is always death. Can life find balance in 100 days, or is it all doomed to die? Well, we'll have to go back to day 1, with the empty tank, some supplies, and a whole lot of cacti. And after building up a deep layer of substrate, I placed in some rock and finally began to plant. But the trees here are covered in razor-sharp spines and a poisonous sap.
Don't touch him.
Those are not coming out.
He's not touching.
One infection later, and the tank was complete.
He's touching. Yeah. Ooh.
Those are not coming out. One infection later, and the tank
One infection later. Ooh. Right off the bat, I feel like the ants are going to win. Maybe they'll win. Maybe. Let's just continue.
This is going to be the foundation for a thriving ecosystem, starting with darkling beetles, who have the most extraordinary superpower.
Okay. I don't like that. I don't like touching bugs, if you can't tell. I don't like touching bugs. The only bug I touch is an ant. That's the only bug I touch. I don't know why I grabbed this. Let's hope the deer win. I'm realizing that I put the mic in the wrong spot. Alright, let's continue.
During the day, they would seek shelter to hide from the desert heat.
Party, so
not all of them would make it. Though,
sorry, self-promotion here. You guys should check out my Hulu channel. Go check that out. Really fun. I have the story right now of the urban legend, the ghost, the white lady. You're gonna have to fill in the blanks by yourself. Let's continue.
Those that found safety underground waited until nightfall to reemerge.
Subscribe.
They began to group up for a monumental moment. Even the beetle I thought was dead joined the gathering. It was as if they were frozen in.
I feel like they're peeing. Don't know why, they're just peeing. I want to know what happens.
Time. They were about to reveal their superpower.
Is it peeing upside down?
They hold their ground and angle their backs high into the air. Suddenly, tiny water droplets begin to form. They're turning the wind into water, and as it drips down their back, they finally get to drink.
That's smart, I think.
It looks like...
That's smart. Smart. Smarter.
They have escaped death, for now.
I don't.
By day 4, the beetles were not the only life in the tank. Underground, an empire is born. This queen harvester ant is raising her first batch of young. Her larvae needed food, and I had to introduce some. Here are 50 dermestid beetles, and they are at the bottom of...
Okay. He keeps touching them. Don't touch them.
The food chain. They eat decaying matter and even bone marrow, so this coyote skull should feed them for many days to come. By day 35, the beetle population...
Okay, sorry for skipping so much. I know I'm doing that. But we're already 35, right?
bone marrow.
How many times?
So this coyote skull should feed them for many days to
Don't.
come. By day 35.
Yeah, 45. I'm back. We're already 45 days in, and there's only about 3 bugs in there. So, let's continue.
The beetle population began to boom. These are not tiny worms, but beetle larvae. I placed in a dead fish to draw them out of the ground, and they immediately began to swarm. Pretty soon, there was nothing left but a pile of bones. Their population was getting out of hand, and I needed to introduce a predator. Meet the dune gecko and his entire family.
Lizard's like one of my favorite animals. Right next to the fox. And if you can't tell, I really like foxes. That's a boar. And lizards will win.
But immediately, this one came head to head with a darkling beetle. He had never seen one before. Out of fear, he begins to wave his tail to alert the others.
Smart.
After only a few seconds, he musters up enough courage to carry on. Meanwhile, his brother was working on something monumental. He began to dig out the coyote skull, and over the next
I'm so sorry.
5 days, he transformed the skeleton into a sanctuary.
I'll try and figure it out.
And if we look underground, they have made it their home. This one was even shedding his skin. He could only do this here, in the safety of the burrow.
Yes, correct.
In parallel, on the other end of the tank, the Queen's first workers had emerged. They needed food, so they made their way to the surface where the hunt would begin. This beetle is the perfect meal, and they must work as a team. They are rushing to get it back to the nest, and with good reason. The sky was beginning to darken, and the temperature had dropped. I was about to simulate a sandstorm.
Simulate. What do has that simulate mean? Just saying.
The storm had coated the tank in a thin red sand, but in the ravine, it uncovered something remarkable. Dormant fish eggs. All they needed was a little water. By day 45, the beetles were still overpopulated. I needed to introduce a new predator. He is the most dangerous animal so far, and everything began to hide. But this gecko is far too
But no one will let me.
He is being
hunted. That's a good thumbnail right there.
It's far too late. He is being hunted.
Let me just...
His only chance of survival is to make a run back to his burrow. But who would make the first move?
I got me a blanket, by the way.
Ooh. Safe and sound.
What's up?
By day 60, the dry season was...
Alright, I haven't stepped it in a while. It's day 60, right? Let me rewind here. It's day 60. I don't think really anything has died yet.
By day 60,
Don't think anything has really died yet, so I don't know what's gonna happen next. Let me use my pencil here. But I feel like in the intro, the mantis thing, there was 2 of them and one of them ate the other. So I'm not voting on the praying mantis. It's lizard or ants right now. Let's continue.
the dry season was at its peak. Many of the leaves had turned yellow, and even the cacti were beginning to fade. There was only one animal unaffected by the drought. The ant colony, and they had tripled in size. By storing seeds underground, they can wait out the dry season.
It's almost
and they
over,
would
guys.
need to stay there for what is about to happen next. As clouds rolled over the tank, I was about to simulate a monsoon.
What?
About to happen
What?
next. As clouds rolled over the tank, I was about to simulate a monsoon.
A mud scene? I need to turn on subtitles for that one.
About to happen next. As clouds rolled over the tank, I was about to simulate a monsoon.
A monsoon. Does he mean a rainstorm? An African? What are you talking about? Is it a rainstorm?
The tank began to flood.
Oh, this is how the fish.
And as the water level rose, life had to seek higher ground.
Yes. Higher.
As the storm faded away, animals came running to the river for a drink. They had to be cautious, and for good reason. They were not alone.
Not alone. Alright. I'm trying to post more on Instagram, so let's continue at this.
Turns out he was not looking
You
for
don't
a
have to
meal,
act like this
but a
is
drink.
Instagram anymore.
He was completely unaware of what was happening underwater.
Ooh,
The
fishies.
dormant fish eggs were waking up and
Alright, pause it for the 2nd time this minute. My sister is afraid of fish. Fish are weird. Story time's over. Let's continue this story.
finally beginning to hatch. The fish are no bigger than a grain of sand and swim alongside hundreds of baby shrimp.
Fishies! Ah.
By day 69, the rain had triggered breeding season. And underground, the geckos laid their first clutch of eggs. But
okay, there's 2 deathos. That's a thumbnail. 2 deathos. Right? What's their names? Comment them down below. I'm going to name them Phil and Angela.
there's one animal still looking for a
Oh yeah. Sometimes the video skips and the audio continues. I don't know why. Just deal with it.
mate, and for him, we must
It would
wait
be crazy
until
if I
night.
nailed it right here, because on my end, it's not.
That chirping sound is him calling
On
for
your
a
end, it
mate.
might be.
But no one answered,
That'd be
and he was
annoying,
all
like
alone. Until now, they cautiously
How
approach
are you
one
just
another.
touching these animals?
If she likes him,
this-
they will breed. If she doesn't, she will eat him. Or maybe both. Their fate now lies.
Okay. I know animals are weird. Right? All animals have their weird quirks. Right? Why would you eat someone, though? If you do not like them. That'd be a difficult time for every single man if that was the case. And why would you eat someone that you like? Let's just
Eyes in
continue.
the dark.
Okay.
He didn't make it through the night.
But
his sacrifice was not in vain. The female found a soft patch of ground where she began to lay.
Hold on. There's people.
It looks like he'd passed on his genes to a new generation. Now his body would not be wasted as the ants began to
Oh, the ants! I forgot about the ants.
And underground, they were forming an empire.
Speaking of empires, did you know that the Mongolian Empire was one of the biggest empires?
Population was completely unchecked, and I needed to introduce an ant predator. Meet the antlion, and here are 4 more. They may be small in size, but they have big plans. Each one begins by digging out a pit in the ground. They are constructing a field of traps.
Yeah.
One wrong move and the ant is doomed. He tries to escape, but the antlion launches sand back.
The antlion's gonna have to come back.
He is finally safe. Or
not. He can't even do his job. Okay.
There is no way out now. This beetle climbs over as if nothing ever happened. Meanwhile, the river was teeming with life. Dozens of fairy shrimp were reaching adulthood. This one became a meal for the killifish. He will soon be ready to breed. On day 90, a mother's life had come to an end. Her eggs were safe underground, and her life cycle was complete. But now there was no animal to control the beetles. I needed to introduce one final predator.
It's day 90. Okay.
Meet the camel.
It's day 90. Only 10 days left. Animals have died. People have been eaten. And ants have been killed. Let's just get that straight.
Spider. He has the mouth of a crab, the body of a spider, and the soul of the beetles. I needed to introduce one final predator.
One final.
Meet the camel spider. He has the mouth of a crab, the body of a spider, and the charm of my mother-in-law. Time to add him in. And he immediately went on the hunt.
He's fast.
By day 99, life was in perfect harmony.
1 day left. Perfect harmony.
Yet the animals were outgrowing their desert home. I decided to move them all out and end the simulation once and for all.
That's how it breaks. At least he moves around for places. Well, now it's fine. I'm fine.
This may be the end of this story, but it marks the beginning to so many more.
Well, hope you guys liked the video. Go check out my other channel if you like horror. Subscribe with us and see you in the next video. Goodbye.